Hey, I'm Tech Guy, and I'm back out with another gaming PC build. Today's PC is going to be basically able to run any game at Ultra at 1080p at over 60 FPS. It's a good mid-range computer, and if you're starting out with gaming, this is a good price point to start with. This is so you have a lot of room for upgrading, and you know, if you really want to get those high frame rates and good settings, this is going to be for you without you know, digging yourself in a hole to where you can't get yourself out of at like a lower budget. So this PC is going to be mid-range, and it's going to be basically what you would need for a mid-range PC. So at the heart of this build, we got the i5-4590. It's clocked to 3.3 GHz. It's a quad-core processor. This is obviously from Intel, and obviously most of you guys know Intel makes great CPUs at this price range. You know, you're not going to get the same price to performance as AMD, but with these CPUs, you're going to get like basically all you need from them. You could get the 8350 if you want to in this build. A lot of people say like it gets good reviews, but a lot of people say it's a big mistake because you know, no games are really picking up those 8 cores and utilizing them, and that's kind of, it's not really necessary to have 8 cores. But this is going to be great for some light video editing or rendering, and basically it's going to be what you need for a CPU. Yeah, next up we got the motherboard, and for the motherboard with the ASRock H97 Anniversary Edition. This has 6 out of 6 GB ports, 4 USB 3.0 ports, 2 USB 2.0 ports, has 4 RAM slots, so you can upgrade to 16 GB in the future if you want to, which is basically always necessary, and a good bundle for only $68. There is unfortunately no Crossfire or SLI support, so you will have to buy a new motherboard if you want to add another GPU in this build. But you should be fine with the GPU in this build for a little while, so don't really worry about that. But yeah, for this price point, you can't really get anything better, and ASRock makes really great motherboards, and they're actually probably one of my favorite motherboard creators, so this is going to be great for this build. Next up we got the RAM, and for the RAM with the Kingston HyperX Fury Black. This is 2 sticks of 4 GB. It's only $44 right now, and for this you're basically getting all you need for gaming. You don't need more than 8 GB. It's clocked to 1600 MHz. It's got a cache latency of 9, so pretty fast for the price. If you want to do a lot of more video rendering, you might want to get 16 GB of RAM, as it'll make your renders a little bit faster. But for the casual gamer and video creator, this will be fine for you. Next up we got the storage, and for the storage I went with both an SSD and a hard drive. For the SSD I went with the Samsung A50 EVO 120GB. This is $70 right now, and for this is a really good price because it's got really great speeds, and for 120 GB you can't really go with anything better. You can put your OS on this, your games like Battlefield 4, anything that takes a long load up time, or you know, if you want your OS to boot up a lot faster, put your OS on here, your extra games, and this will be great for that. And for the hard drive, I went with the Western Digital Caviar Blue 1TB. You know, there's not much to say about it. It's just it's one of the most recommended hard drives out there. It has 7,200 RPM, 64 megabytes of cache, pretty fast for a hard drive. And you're going to store your excess media, you know, basically your games, your videos, pictures, anything you use on the side, put it on here. And if you need a 2 TB, go ahead and get the Seagate. It's pretty cheap right now, and I would honestly recommend it over this. Not that it's faster, but it's better future-proofing for new games that are getting bigger file sizes. So get this, but if you want to go for the Seagate, then go ahead if you need 2 TB. Next up, we got the GPU, and for the GPU, I went with the PowerColor Radeon R9 290. This is a 4 GB GDDR5 GPU, and the Turbo Duo version. It's a pretty good GPU. People say they don't like, I mean, it's $257, which is actually really good for an R9 290. You guys might be thinking, well, if it's only $257, it's probably not that good. It actually is pretty good. It has performance basically close to the GTX 970. I mean, it's a little bit, you might get like maybe 5 FPS less, depending on what game you're playing, but it's really a really good GPU compared to the GTX 970, because the GTX 970, the average price for that's like $300, $320, and this is one of the cheaper R9 290s, but it's actually pretty good. It's clocked at 975 megahertz, and you can do a little bit of overclocking. You can probably overclock it up to like 1050 megahertz or something like that. But yeah, a really good GPU, and for this, you're just getting the best bang for buck that you can basically get for a GPU that can run games at 1080p and 1440p. For the case, I went with the Corsair Spec 02. This is actually a nice aesthetically looking case. It's got support for it's got 2 included fans. There's one in the front that's red. There's one in the back that's included. It's not LED, but you know it's okay. There's support for 2 at the top, 1 at the bottom, and 2 more at the front. So, or 1 more at the front, like above the LED one. So it's actually got a lot of features for the price. It's got your 2 USB 3.0 ports on the top, on the front, and it's got your audio ports up there as well. It's also, it's got your support for all your hard drives and stuff. You can add some extra hard drives in it if you want to. But yeah, for the price, it's actually really good. Only $60. It's actually pretty aesthetically pleasing. And it's got a window on the side too that I think like slides open with like the side panel. But yeah, a really good case, and I would go for that for $60 or the NZXT S340. For the power supply, with the Coolmax 600 watt 80 plus bronze semi-modular power supply. This is all you're gonna really need for a power supply. 600 watts is fine. Obviously, if you do decide to upgrade your motherboard and you want to get a second GPU, you might have to get something a little bit better. But this is fine for this build. It's also semi-modular, so a little bit better cable management. But for only $57 for a 600 watt power supply, you can't really pass this up. And go with this, and this is going to be basically everything to power your build, and it's really reliable too. So yeah, guys, that's basically the whole build. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Hopefully if you liked it, you're gonna build it, because this is a really good mid-range PC, and I would go with this. Yeah, guys, thank you all for watching, and I will see you all next time. Peace out.